Some other important aspects of life insurance policies are that on an insurance policy, I can also take a loan. So there are loans that are provided against a insurance policy. So anyone who would like to have certain loan taken against an insurance policy, that is also readily available. If I have a lapse policy, now let's say because of certain reasons, certain unforeseen circumstances, I'm not able, financial crisis that might creep in, I am not able to pay the premium for some time, for a certain period. In that case, the policy gets lapsed. But there is a possibility, there is a scope wherein a lapsed policy can be revived by a insured, right? So the insured also has the flexibility of reviving a lapsed policy. The policy can be surrendered after 3 years. Now friends, what happens is, as per the IRDA Act, there is a 3-year compulsory lock-in period. Before that, I cannot come out of an insurance policy. Now, though I have taken an insurance policy for a pretty long term, I might have taken it for 20 years, 30 years, but because of certain reasons, some financial crisis, I want to surrender the policy, I want to liquidate the policy. So there is a possibility, there is an option available wherein I can get the surrender value of my policy. Nomination and assignment can be done. Now, what do you mean by assignment, friends? As I said, when we take a loan against an insurance policy, the policy is, there is a charge that is created on the policy, right? What is that charge called? The charge is called as an assignment, right? So assignment is something wherein the insurance company is going to create a charge on the policy in favor of the lender, that is the bank. So what happens is, in case of an assignment, it is nothing but a charge that is created against the insurance policy, and the lender gets a benefit, right? So what happens is, the insurance company is going to assign the policy in favor of the lender, right, who have given a loan to the policy holder. Now, what is nomination, friends? Nomination is something because if any uncertain death occurs, in case of a life insurance policy, there has to be a nominee who will get the funds, who will get the surrender, who will get the claim settled in his favor. Now, what happens is, when we do an assignment, when an assignment is done, the previous nominations get cancelled. And if there is a assignment is revoked, and when the assignment gets, let's say I have paid the loan and the assignment is existing, then I need to renominate someone for the same insurance policy. Now, in general insurance policies, as we said, there are a variety of policies depending on different properties, different assets, different calamities which are tried to be covered. So, wherein we have already spoken about many general insurance policies. Coming to the role of the regulator, that is the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority. Now, what is the basic role that is being played by IRDA? Now, what is IRDA doing, friends? It is controlling and regulating. It is a regulatory apex body. It is an autonomous body, right? It was created as an autonomous body to keep a check on the insurance sector, right? So it is an apex body in the country for the insurance sector, and its chairman and members are appointed by the government of India. So who appoints the chairperson of IRDA? It is the government of India. And then IRDA's headquarters is located at Hyderabad. What are the powers and functions of the IRDA? The main important functions of IRDA are: it issues to the applicant a certificate of registration, renew, modify, withdraw, suspend or cancel such registration. So any company who would like to start up with an insurance business, the license has to be issued by IRDA only. So for any renewal, any modification in the license, any suspension that has to be done for a license, all the functions are taken care by IRDA. Then there is specifying requisite qualification, code of conduct and practical training for intermediaries or insurance intermediaries and agents. As I said earlier, if I want to be an agent, as per the IRDA Act, I need to be well qualified. I need to have the IRDA certification to become an agent. Then they also specify the code of conduct for the surveyors and the loss assessors. Those who are going to assess the loss, on them also there is a certain code of conduct which is levied by IRDA. They do the promotional function wherein they try to promote the efficiency in the conduct of insurance business. So any company which is into the insurance business, they would just see to it that they are trying to do it efficiently and effectively. Then they are into promoting and regulating professional organizations connected with the insurance and reinsurance business. So any company which is associated with the insurance company, on them also certain code of conduct are structured, are designed by IRDA. They levy fees and other charges for carrying out the purposes of this act. So any fees, any charges that are to be levied on insurance companies, that is also taken care by IRDA. Now some more to go. They are specifying the form and the manner in which books of accounts shall be maintained by, and the statement of accounts shall be rendered by the insurers and other insurance intermediaries. So, okay, so they only specify the format in which the balance sheet, the profit and loss statement has to be structured by these insurance companies. They are regulating the investment of funds by insurance companies. As I said, in case of, specifically in case of ULIPs, they are going to keep a watch as to where the investments are being made, where the investments are to be done, whether there is too much of exposure in the capital market, whether there is much exposure in the debt market. All that things are taken care as a watchdog by the IRDA. They also regulate the maintenance of margin of solvency, right? So in order to see to it that the insurance companies don't get into, they don't become insolvent, they always see to it that there is always a margin of solvency maintained by these insurance companies. So any adjudication of disputes between insurers and intermediaries or insurance intermediaries are taken care by IRDA. They also supervise the functions of the tariff advisory committee. So these are the basic functions which are being taken care by IRDA. Now there are some emerging trends, friends, as far as insurance business is concerned. Now there is an increasing role of insurance brokers. There are brokers who are running the business of insurance. There is bancassurance, there is corporate agency and IT intervention. Now just at the click of a mouse also I can have a policy taken by me. There is increasing number of insurance companies and intermediaries who are coming into the pipeline. Increasing awareness about insurance. As I said, still in India we have around 70% of the population which is untapped, which is wherein there is so much of potential for the insurance company to get insurance business from the 70% of the population in India, right? And what insurance is doing is it is also contributing to the GDP growth. So it is not that it is just acting as a protection for uncertain events, it is also adding up to the economy. Now friends, coming to the important, because when we talk about banking, because we are basically, when we are bankers, we are more concerned about insurance being taken care as a bancassurance. Now what is bancassurance? It is a combined word of bank and insurance. So bank and assurance, that makes bancassurance. Now what is bancassurance, friends? Bancassurance is the distribution of insurance products through banks' distribution channels. It offers the banking services along with complete range of banking and investment products and services. Fee-based income can be increased through hawking of risk products like insurance. Bancassurance can be important source of revenue for the banks. With the increased competition and squeezing of interest rate spreads, profits are likely to be under pressure. Bancassurance, if taken in the right spirit, then it would be benefited for all the participants, that is the banks, the insurers and the customers. So when I am talking about bancassurance, now why bancassurance is gearing up, why is that even the banks are looking out for insurance business as a third party product for cross-selling in banks? Because friends, as we all know, with increasing competition, the survival has become a challenge. So it's the survival of the fittest. So in order to survive, the banks need to have more and more products, more and more services being offered to their customers, right? So when they have to offer certain good services, insurance can also be a part of it. Insurance can also be taken as a major source of fee income for the banks. Why? Because what happens is, in case of insurance, when I am going to cross-sell an insurance product to my existing customers, what happens is I get a huge commission from the insurance companies. That is the fee-based income without taking any risk, right? Without complying with any requirements from the central bank, I am able to get a fee-based income. Why? Because now what is happening is, with such a competition, there is the NII, that is the net interest income for the banks, is shrinking down, right? And then they have to look for some other source of income. What is the other source of income? That is the fee-based income. The fee-based income will come through cross-selling of mutual funds and insurance. So bancassurance is the best way in which the banks can, by running the insurance business, get a good fee-based income for themselves and make good profits. Now friends, there are different structures, there are different models of bancassurance. That is structural classification, and the second one is product-based classification. Now what is structural classification? That is the structure of the bancassurance business. It can be through a referral model, when what happens is, the banks are nowhere committed to the insurance company. What they do is, they just refer their customers to the insurance company. So the insurance agents, the insurance companies will have their agents who are going to be present in the branches of the banks, and the banks are just going to refer their customers for the insurance business. Then they can also act as a corporate agent, or they can have an equity participation with an insurance company, that is insurance as a fully integrated financial service or a joint venture. So if the bank is coming into a joint venture with some insurance company, that is another structural way of getting into bancassurance. Now as far product-based classification is concerned, it can be a standalone insurance product, or it can be a blend of insurance products. Either I can just provide life insurance to my customers, or I can also have a blend wherein I am providing them with general insurance, life insurance, as well as reassurance. Now, as we said, bank referrals is something wherein the banks do not issue the policies, they only give the database to the insurance companies, right? The companies issue the policies and pay commission to them. This is called as referral basis. So this is nothing but a fee-based income. Without taking any risk, without taking any commitment, right, without providing any services, the bank is able to get the business just because of their providing referrals to the insurance companies. Now the insurance companies, banks and customers all get benefited out of this. So now friends, what are the benefits of bancassurance to banks? As we said, yes, banks are keen to come into the bancassurance business. There has to be some benefits which has to come from such a business. Now what are the benefits to the bank? Firstly, it increases their income. As I said, they are able to get a good amount of fee-based income by entering into the bancassurance. Then the banks have to have face-to-face contacts with their customers. Now what happens is, if we talk about the customers every now and then on a daily basis or on a regular basis keep visiting the bank's branches. So banks are always in touch with their customers, they are always face to face with their customers, and that's the reason they are able to have a good rapport with their customers, right? When such a good relationship is developed by the banks with their customers, they are able to easily crack the insurance business, right? Then the bankers have extensive experience in marketing, because every now and then the banks keep marketing some or the other product, whether it is a CASA product, whether it is a fixed deposit, whether it is a mutual fund, or for insurance for that matter. So any product which the banks have to sell, they have to market it well. And that is the reason we say the banks are the best channel to sell insurance. Why? Because they have an expertise of marketing. Users value-added services like e-banking, telephone banking, direct mail. Now, as they have a proper, regular check on the credentials of the individual, of their customers, they are providing their customers with various services like e-banking, mobile banking, SMS banking, direct mailers to their customers. They are able to get into bancassurance. Providing services under one roof, as I said, today they are acting as financial supermarkets. The banks are becoming more as a financial supermarket. Under one roof, they want to provide all the gamut of products which they can think of for their customer. So if they want to delight their customer, if they want to retain their customers, because retainment of customers is becoming a big challenge for the bankers. So if they want to retain their customers, they would always like to serve them in the best of the ways. Now, how they can serve them? By providing them with all the services under one roof. So that is what is the benefit. If they are into bancassurance, they can also provide with insurance to their customers. So therefore, insurance, the customer doesn't have to run pillar to post, he doesn't have to check out for some insurance agent, or he doesn't have to approach an insurance company, but at the bank itself, he can also get an insurance policy done for himself. It increases the increase in return on assets by building fee-based income through the sale of insurance products. So it increases their revenue. Why? Because they are able to get good fee-based income through this insurance business. Now there are, the banks can also cross-sell insurance products like term insurance products with loans. Now if there is any customer who has availed a loan, they can attach an insurance policy along with the loans. What they do is a liability insurance can be very well blend with the term loan which the banks give. Now there are certain benefits of bancassurance to the insurer also. Now definitely when the insurance company is tying up with a bank, they should also get some benefit out of it. Now what are the benefits they get? The benefit for the insurer is they increase their business through banking distribution channels. So ready-made, they get a distribution channel which is going to sell the insurance, right, on their behalf. So they don't have to think of agents, but then the banks are acting as their agents. They are the distribution channel for them to sell the insurance policies. By cutting costs, insurers can serve better to the customers in terms of lower premium rates. So what happens is, if it is bancassurance, reduction in the cost that happens with the insurance companies, and that can be easily percolated into the premium amount. They can charge a lesser premium to their customers and get the benefit of it. The insurers can exploit the bank's wide network of branches into the rural areas. So as I said earlier, there is such a huge untapped market for the insurance companies, and the banks can be the best channel because banks have a huge network, a wide network of branches across the globe, right, across let's say the country, right. Even in the rural areas they have their branches. So if the insurance companies have to place themselves in the rural areas, if they want to get business from the rural area also, bancassurance can be the best channel for them. Customers' database like customers' financial standing, spending habits, investment and purchase compatibility can be used to customize products. When they are associated with the banks, they get a good database about their customers. They can easily get the details of the customer's credit worthiness, his financial standing, what are his requirements. On that basis, they can customize the insurance product for the customers. The selling structured properly by selling insurance products through the banks. So the selling becomes a little easy for the insurers. Products can be customized as per the needs of the customer, which I have already talked about. So as they know the credentials, they know the financial standing of the customer, it can be tailor-made according to the requirement of their customers. The insurance companies also can get access to the ATMs and other technology being used by the banks. So if the banks, they have a huge network of ATMs also, and these ATMs can be used for paying the premium. So any individual, any customer of the bank who would like to pay the premium, he can access it through an ATM also. So that is also a plus point for the insurers. They don't have to have places, they don't have to have centers which are going to collect premiums for them. It can be easily done with the huge network of ATMs available with the banks. Lastly but not the least, we have some benefits for the customers also. Now what is the benefit that a customer is going to get through the bancassurance business? Product innovation and distribution activities are directed towards the satisfaction of the needs of the customer. As I said earlier, every customer would like to get delighted. How I am going to delight the customer? By providing him with variety of services, with variety of products under one roof. So if bancassurance is available, the customers get innovative products, right, which can satisfy their needs. Bancassurance model assists customers in terms of reduction price, diversified product quality in time. So the product comes to them in right time. They don't, as I said earlier, they don't have to run pillar to post to get an insurance policy done. Just sitting at the bank branch, they can get a good insurance policy as per their requirement, and there they might also get a reduction in the premium, because there is a cutting of cost by the insurance company which is passed on to the customers in the form of reduced premium. Then there is comprehensive financial advisory services under one roof. The wealth management services are being provided, and these wealth management services definitely help to structure a good portfolio for the customer. Easy access for claims, as banks are regularly visiting, banks are the regular visiting place for the customers. The customers don't have to approach the insurance company to get a claim settled. They can just approach the bank and get their claims settled. Innovative and better product ranges and product designs as per the needs of the customer. So insurance companies, when they are able to cut on the cost, they are able to provide customized products which are beneficial to the customer. Thank you very much, friends. There we end up with insurance.